Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschella, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
Welcome back, everybody, to this edition of the Toronto Blue Jays season career sim. I'm JayBlue at Jays from Away on Twitter, and you're watching on the General Manager Games channel on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here on the opening day of our third season. Our last episode was setting up our minor league, and just here we'll give you an update. We do have some outstanding contracts right now, and these are mostly for depth for our major league team. Jonathan VR, Andy Nelson is more of a minor league guy. Riley Thompson, also more of a guy for the minors. Homer Bailey, again, it's a minor league contract. And, you know, he's a major league veteran, and, I'll probably stash him in AAA, at least to start the season. So our owner says he wants us to stay close to an even record after our crappy year last year. Starlene Castro wanted to reopen contract talks after the market is pretty bare, but and if we check out what he wants, he's down to a minor league deal with a major league option and paying him $2 million if he gets promoted. I'm actually going to revise this. I'm going to revise this down to 1.5 and see if he's interested in that. Yeah, okay, so he'll probably sign. Again, we want some depth. Castro is not going to give us the offense we want, but he's not bad. I mean, yeah, he's bad, but he's okay, and his defense is not great, and he only plays one position. But putting him in the minor leagues, he'll have an option to become a free agent if we don't bring him up by, I think, June 1st, I think is the date. All right, folks, it's opening day here in the major leagues. We are going to follow our tradition and actually sim the game. So we still have a spring training invitee on the roster, Kevin Smith. He made the team because we have our roster. So Kevin Smith is going to be placed on the 40-man roster. And Yusniel Diaz this is his one game left in his suspension. Minor leagues don't get underway for about another week at the earliest, so we really, we don't have to think about them for a little bit. We've already set up the rosters, so here we go, play the game versus the Orioles. All right, so what is our lineup going to be? They've got Garcia, Bichette, Guerrero, McKinney. McKinney's hitting fourth. I mean, he's been very good. Grichik, Jansen, JD Martinez, Cavan Biggio, and Santiago Espinal. In center field. Interesting center field choice. We are going to take a look at see who we have on the bench. We have Diaz, who would have been the center fielder. Gurriel is not playing left field. But I'm going to make Randall Grichik our center fielder, and I'm going to have McKinney play right, and I'm going to bring in Gurriel. And he's going to play left, and we're going to bring Danny Jansen down here. I'm not going to insult JD Martinez. Return to game. I'm not going to insult JD Martinez by having him bat ninth, but now Biggio is interesting because his OBP is good. Garcia's OBP was not. I'd rather have Biggio up there in the number one slot, just because of his OBP. And in fact, I want McKinney up there. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. Garcia finished the season really poorly. And on the mound, we have our opening day starter, Nate Pearson. I think this is the first season he's the opening day starter. So we are ready to start the game. Gives me some practice being a play-by-play announcer. All right, folks, here we are. We have Billy McKinney opening up in Baltimore. Beautiful Oriole Park at Camden Yards. We're going to take the first pitch. Why? Because you don't want to swing the first pitch of a new season and do something silly like ground out or something. Okay, facing Grayson Rodriguez, and the first pitch is a ball. We're going to take another pitch. We want to try to get into that hitter's count. Second pitch is a strike. Now we're at the 1-1, so we're going to swing away, look for opportunity. We go to a 3-2 count, and it is looks like that's a home run. Or nope, he's going for 3, and he's thrown out by a mile. Yep, he's thrown out by a mile at third base. Way to go. You know, they say that you don't want to make the first or third out at third base. I just say don't get out. All right. And Bichette hits it, and the third baseman has trouble with it, and he's going to get to first base, and I don't know if they're going to score that a hit or an error. They call that a hit, so a hit for Bo Bichette. Good start for the season. We've got runners on first, and Vladi Guerrero hits a fly ball to center field. That's pretty shallow, but it's caught. So the second out of the inning is Vladi Guerrero. Here's Lourdes Gurriel batting cleanup, and Gurriel strikes out. And with 2 hits in the inning, we didn't get anything thanks to a big toot bland thrown out on the bases like a nincompoop by Billy McKinney. So Nate Pearson facing McKenna. And Pearson strikes him out to start that season on a positive note. Adley Ruchman. And he takes a walk. Fortunately, he's the catcher. He probably doesn't have a lot of speed. And we have a fly ball to center. It is caught by Randall Grichik. 2 outs. Inside fastball thrown down to second. That was a breaking ball inside. And Adley Ruchman has a stolen base. Catcher showing some speed. All right, they're going to pitch to Santander. And it's a shallow fly ball to center field. It looks like our good friend Randall Grichik is going to make that catch. And we have through 1 inning. It's 0-0. And Grichik is leading off the top of the second. And he takes a strike 3 called. And we've got J.D. Martinez. J.D. Martinez, we're going to have him take a pitch. And it's a ball. And ball 2. So we've got a 2-0 count. He works it back to full and strikes out. Way to go, J.D. Martinez. Okay, here's Kevin Biggio. Biggio, known for his eye, and takes a strike. So we're going to have him not get too deep into a hole. Biggio grounds it the other way to shortstop, and play to first gets him in lots of time. So that's the 3-up, 3-down inning, and here comes Nate Pearson on for the second. Pitching to Ryan Mountcastle. Takes a walk, a leadoff walk. We're going to hold the runner, even though we're not really worried about Mountcastle stealing. And that's back to Guerrero, 3-6-3, and not in time at the back end of the double play. But a nice play there. Richard Urania, former Blue Jay, was the one who beats that out. And we want to keep Urania close, and a swing and a miss for the second out of the season. And now we've got Peguero. We're going to pitch to Peguero. Liover Peguero takes a walk. That's the 3rd walk of this game for Pearson. Facing Rio Ruiz, check swing, and no. There's a 3rd strikeout. So 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And here's Luis Garcia taking the box. And he hits it hard to center field, but that's going to be caught. Oh, it's going to be over the head of the center fielder. And Luis Garcia is wisely stopping at second base. He's got a double to lead off this inning. All right, Danny Jansen is up. We're going to swing away. And he hits a ground ball up the middle. That's going all the way to the wall. Danny Jansen's going to slide into second with a double. And Luis Garcia is going to score. The Blue Jays open the scoring and take a 1-0 lead with consecutive doubles. Beautiful hit there by Danny Jansen. And here's Billy McKinney, the leadoff man, coming up against Rodriguez. And Rodriguez strikes him out. And now we have Bo Bichette. Bichette 1-for-1 with an infield single. He hits it to the left side of the infield, and he just barely gets him at first base. All right, Vladi Guerrero, 2 outs now. We're gonna have to take a pitch, and that's outside. Here's another pitch. That's a called strike, and now Vladi is 1-2. He hits it hard down to left field, a line drive, but it was caught. So that is the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. Toronto Blue Jays take an early lead. Here we go for Nate Pearson, who comes up, fills up the count, and misses for ball 4. And that's the leadoff man on, but Adley Ruchman strikes out, the 4th strikeout for him. Trey Mancini now up to the bat. And he steals, and he's going to be safe. Danny Jansen just can't get the throwing game going. Trey Mancini is up. He's got a 2-2 count, and swing and a miss, strike him out. 5th strikeout. And finally, we've got Anthony Santander. And another strikeout. 6 strikeouts, retiring the side this inning. 6 for our good friend Nate Pearson. Lourdes Gurriel is leading off at the top of the 4th. And he takes a strike. And he hits it high, and that's deep. The outfielders are really not giving chase. That's a home run for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 440 feet. Big shot there. 2-0 lead for the Blue Jays. And up comes Randall Grichik. Takes ball 1. And that is inside 2-0. And the count is filled not filled completely, but 2-2, and he strikes out. Randall Grichuk not having a great game today. JD Martinez works the count 3-1 and takes a walk. So Martinez on base. Here's Cabin Biggio. Biggio goes 0-1 and then hits a ground ball to second. That's going to 2-1. And they're going to hold up that turn of the double play, and Biggio is safe at first. And Luis Garcia, a rocket line drive to left field, but that's pretty much right at McKenna. McKenna took about 2 steps, and he was right there for that one. And here's Pearson. So we're going to keep an eye now, because remember, Pearson has a fairly low stamina. So he's got a 45 stamina. So here we got to keep an eye here on his how many pitches he's throwing. So far it's 58, which is pretty good through 3 innings, though. So they're going to pitch to Ryan Mountcastle. He's got 1 strike, and he hits that hard. That is going. That is gone. A home run for Ryan Mountcastle. So that's going to have the lead. It's now 2-1 for the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's Richard Urania. Urania, 2-2 count. And he hits it up the middle. Biggio handles it cleanly and throws it to first for the out. 1 out now for Austin Hayes. Pitch. It's hit very high to right field. It stays up there long enough. McKinney picks it up for out number 2. And here's Liover Peguero. And the pitch to Peguero is a pop-up on the infield. Pearson over to cover first, and it's Biggio grabbing it for the 3rd out. So it's now 2-1 for the Toronto Blue Jays as we head to the top of the 5th. Here's Danny Jansen. Danny Jansen is going to take the first pitch, and that's going to be a ball low. I'm just trying to get these guys into strike 1, so it's 1-1. I'm trying to get these guys into positive counts. And the next pitch is a lazy pop-up to center field. That looks like that's going to be caught fairly easily. And that is the first out. And Billy McKinney works the count 3-1. And he hits it hard. That is going. That is going. It is gone. Home run for Billy McKinney. 3-1 Blue Jays. Another home run for the Blue Jays. And Bo Bichette. He gets 0-2. Gets behind and he takes strike 3. And here's Vladi Guerrero. 2 outs. He's always up with 2 outs. And he strikes out too. But the ball gets away from the catcher. Throw to first completes the strikeout. All right. So this may be, we're going to try to get Pearson through at least 5. He's pitching to Rio Ruiz. And he hits a line drive. That's by Guerrero into right field for a base hit. And they're facing McKenna. And they walk him. Now they're into a jam. We are going to go to the bullpen and get, Pearson's already tiring. So we're going to get so many relievers. Okay, Paxton, Pearson. I guess Shun Yamaguchi's a starter, or maybe Eflin. We're going to get Eflin up, and we're going to get Oberg up. And we're going to get back to the game. Okay. So Adley Ruchman, we're going to pitch to. And Ruchman hits a pop-up. That's very shallow center field. In comes Grichik. And Grichik makes the catch. That's the first out. And that's a nice way to get the first out of the inning. So they're facing Trey Mancini. Mancini is a veteran, at least by this point. And the pitch to Mancini, that's hit to short, to second for 1, back to first, double play, and that gets Nate Pearson through 5 innings. He is in position for the win, and that's probably going to be it for him. Grayson Rodriguez, 85 pitches through 5 innings, and Gurriel Jr. is up to the plate. On the first pitch, he hits a little weak ground ball just to the pitcher, and he beats it out for an infield hit. That's the second hit for the day for Lourdes Gurriel. And Randall Grichik works the count full and takes ball 4, so that the Blue Jays now have runners on first and second to start this 6th inning. They've got a new reliever in, so we've got J.D. Martinez facing Tanner Scott, the lefty. And it's a 1-0 count. And Martinez hits a rocket to right field. That gets down. It's off the wall. The Blue Jays are in flight. And around to score is Gurriel Jr. And to third goes Randall Grichik. Blue Jays have runners on second and third now with Cavan Biggio. Cavan Biggio, lefty on lefty. Let's see what happens here. And it gets away from the catcher. And the Blue Jays get another run. It is 5-1. Now 1-2 count, and Biggio hits it to second base. They're going to take the out, give up the run, and it's 6-1 for Toronto. And the bases are empty with Luis Garcia at the plate. A 1-strike count. He hits a nice line drive to center field. That is going to go all the way to the wall. Garcia makes the turn, and he's heading to second. He's heading to second and stops at second base. It's a second double, I think, for Luis Garcia. And now at the plate, Danny Jansen. And Danny Jansen takes a walk. First and second, still just 1 out for the Blue Jays. Billy McKinney, red-hot Billy McKinney. McKinney, he blasts one. That looks like it is going to go. That is a second home run of the game. And it's 9-1. The Blue Jays just opening things up here in the 6th inning. We've got another pitcher, Cole Stewart, coming on to face Bo Bichette. And Bo Bichette takes a walk. The Blue Jays are just rolling here. Vladi Guerrero hits a little line drive, a looper to center field, and that gets down for a base hit. First and second with 1 out still for the Blue Jays. Lourdes Gurriel takes 2 balls, and he hits a pop-up. That's to right field. Probably not deep enough to move the runner. And there's 2 outs now. We've got Randall Grichik coming to the plate. And Grichik is there when the ball gets away. Both runners take a base. And Grichik gets 2 strikes now on him. And he's frozen by strike 3 on the outside corner. Grichik not having a great game. And it's 9-1 for Toronto. Pearson is pitching. We're going to sub out Pearson. So we're going to bring in Zach Eflin. We're also going to sit down Scott Oberg. And we're going to get Colton Eastman, our Rule 5 pick. He's going to get up. We're going to actually get somebody else up too. Wade Davis. We're going to get up Wade Davis. Even though it is garbage time now with a 9-1 lead. Here is Zach Eflin. And a 1-1 count to Santander. Ground ball. Vladi Guerrero picks it up, makes a nice play, nifty play, and that's out number 1 for Eflin. Ryan Mountcastle. He's got the only run of the game for the Baltimore Orioles with that home run, and he hits a lazy fly ball to Grichik. No problem. Grichik barely has to move. And here we are, 4 pitches into the game, and we've got Richard Urania. Urania up the middle. Bichette bobbles it, can't come up with it. And that's going to be a base hit, not scored in error. And Austin Hayes hits it hard to left field, but that's probably not deep enough. Gurriel over to make the catch, and that is an out. And a successful inning there for Zach Eflin. Okay, and Colton Eastman and Wade Davis are ready. We're going to sit down Wade Davis. Actually, we're going to sit down Eastman as well. We're going to let Eflin go another inning. Eflin has been a starter, so we're not really worried about him running out of gas. And JD Martinez hits a rocket to right field, but that's caught close to the warning track. Kevin Biggio up to the plate. He hits it up the middle. There's a base hit for Kevin Biggio. He's kind of had a rough game, so that's nice to see getting a base hit. Luis Garcia, he's hit the ball hard. He's got 2 doubles, I think, and he gets another base hit. That's up the middle. Biggio stops at second. Not going to make the same mistake Billy McKinney did in his first hit. 2 runners on for Danny Jansen. And Danny Jansen takes a walk. Loading the bases for Billy McKinney. Red hot Billy McKinney. He's got 2 home runs already. And he takes strike 3. Bo Bichette, he's had a kind of a rough game. He does have that infield hit, and he's going to pick up another base hit as it drops in center field. Blue Jays score another run. That's 10-1. With Vladi Guerrero, he could make this a big number with just 1 swing. And he hits it. It's not very deep. It's into left field, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Okay, here go the Blue Jays. They're taking the bottom of the 7th with Zach Eflin on the mound, and it's a 10-1 ball game. All right, Eflin gives up a line drive down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit for Peguero. And here's Randy Ruiz. And a pop-up on the infield, caught by Biggio. 1 out, 1 on. 2 strike count to McKenna. Hits it to third, to second, to first, and that's a double play. That ends the inning. Second, a solid inning for Zach Eflin. And here in the top of the 8th, Lourdes Gurriel leading it off. Gurriel, ground ball up the middle. Shortstop picks it up and throws it to first. In time, even though our 3D graphics engine made it look like Gurriel had beaten that throw by a lot. And here's Randall Grichik. He hits a little flare into shallow left field, and that's caught by Peguero. Very deep, beautiful play. That's going to be on the highlight reel. And here's JD Martinez. He's been hitting the ball hard. 1 for 3. I think he's got a double. And that's going to loop over the infield, over the first base bag. He's going the other way with it. The right-handed hitter hitting to right field quite a lot. Kevin Biggio, he's got 1 hit on the day. And he hits a rocket down the line. That's going to stay fair. And it's gone. Kevin Biggio, a 2-run home run, makes it 12-1 for the Toronto Blue Jays. Gives the Blue Jays their 16th hit of the game. And Ofelki Peralta coming into the game to face Luis Garcia. He's 3 for 4 today. He's hit the ball hard every time. This one's a little bit lighter. He gets jammed, hits it to left field, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. Zach Eflin, he's got an inning in him, or part of an inning in him. So we're going to bring in Colton Eastman. We're going to warm him up again. Adley Ruchman. He hits a line drive. That's through the infield. Low line drive goes into right, and he's got a single. We'll hold the runner a bit. He showed off some speed earlier in the game. Trey Mancini strikes him out. Now here's Anthony Santander, and another strikeout. Zach Eflin rallying. And we're going to bring in Colton Eastman here. Eflin is quite tired, so we've gotten 2 2/3 inning out of him. And Colton Eastman with nobody up in the pen behind him for now. He's got 2 outs. This is his major league debut, the Toronto Blue Jays Rule 5 draft pick. Facing Ryan Mountcastle, and he gets him with a ground ball, just needing 2 pitches. And the Blue Jays are up in the top of the ninth. Danny Jansen strikes out. Billy McKinney now up 3-1 count. Takes ball 4. Bo Bichette 2 for 4. And he gets another base hit that's up the middle. And heading for third, changing his mind. He got the better idea there. And the Blue Jays have runners on first and second for Vladi Guerrero Jr. Guerrero hits it hard through the side, in the left side of the infield. And the bases are loaded. For Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Gurriel 2 for 5, and he takes strike 3. There's now 2 outs for Randall Grichik. Grichik is hitless. He has, I think, at least 3 strikeouts, and that's 4. So he gets the golden sombrero. And here is Colton Eastman facing Richard Urena. And the pitch. Oh, it's a base hit for Urena. First hit given up in the major leagues by Colton Eastman. Now Austin Hayes. He hits a fly ball. That's a lazy fly ball. Randall Grichuk coming over. He's ready. He's under it. And he gets the ball back to the infield very quickly for the first out of the inning. Here is Leover Peguero. A rocket into the gap in center field. And picking it up is Grichuk in center field, gets it back, and Urena makes it to third base, second and third on that double with 1 out. And here's Rio Ruiz. I think I called him Randy. There was a Blue Jay named Randy Ruiz very briefly, and walks him. Ball 4, Colton Eastman getting into trouble. Blue Jays are going to have to get somebody up there behind him. So here's Scott Oberg getting loosened up. We don't want this to drag on too much, especially not for the first outing for Colton Eastman in his career. So he gets a second out here with a line drive to Cavan Biggio, and here's Adley Rutschman batting from the left side, and he hits a rocket. That's going to score some runs. That is into right field. They score 1 with the bases still loaded. All right, this is going to be the last batter for Colton Eastman. He is running out of gas, and Oberg is not quite ready yet. So it's 1-2 against Trey Mancini, and he finishes the game with a strikeout, the first major league strikeout for Colton Eastman. And that's the end of the game, folks. The Blue Jays take the win with huge games. Billy McKinney, 2 home runs, 3 for 5, a walk, 4 RBI. Bo Bichette, 3 for 5, I believe all singles, 1 walk. We had Danny Jansen with a 1 for 3 game with a double. Luis Garcia, 3 for 5 for him. Cavan Biggio, 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. JD Martinez, 2 for 4 with a double. A home run for Cavan Biggio. Lourdes Gurriel with a home run. Vladi was 2 for 6. Lourdes Gurriel 2 for 6. Bo Bichette 3 for 5. Big game, like big offensive game against the Orioles. Nate Pearson walked 5 but struck out 6 over 5 innings. Only gave up 2 hits, including a solo home run. So that's a fairly typical game. So extra base machine, 3 hits, and team effort, 6 runs scored against Baltimore. All right. So we're going to finish that first day. Personal message. So Riley Thompson wants a better contract. We did sign Jonathan VR. We're going to assign him to AAA. We're going to assign Homer Bailey to AAA. Andy Nelson thinks that they're getting a better offer here. So the Blue Jays have potential stuff here from Sean Reed-Foley, current and potential movement drops. James Paxton, current and potential movement drops, but his overall and potential ratings improve from 3 to 3 to 5. Chad Green, again, this is probably mostly, especially the new guys in the system, are mostly just our scouts getting a better read. Alejandro Kirk, current and potential contact improve from 45 to 50. Luis Garcia, current eye improves to 50. Elvis Luciano, potential stuff and current control go up. Overall rating improves to 3.5 stars. Paul Campbell, current and potential movement ratings improve from 50 to 55. Gabby Moreno, potential contact drops, but current power and speed and overall and potential rating both go up. Sean Weimer, potential control goes up. Overall rating goes up. And Hansel Rodriguez, movement rating drops potentially and current control improves. Nick Podcool gets a bump for contact and power. Otto Lopez is getting drops all over the board. McGregory Contreras improves a little bit defensively. Griffin Conine, potential power improves. Jack Perkins, current movement up, current control rating up. PK Morris, current speed rating improves. Jose Rivas got some improvement, but potential power there drops. And lots of improvement here across the board for Leonardo Jimenez. John Solarte gets improvements. Nick Neal improvements. Jose Ferrer dropping off here. Brandon Smith, some improvements here. Current contact, potential contact, eye rating. Trey Harmon improves speed. Glenn Santiago, some unimprovements. Steven Rivas, potential power drops. Overall rating improves, though. Carson Wells, Aaron Dixon, Jag Burden overall improves, and his potential rating improves. So that's our messages for today. We're going to sim through the off day, and Hyunjin Ryu can come off the injured list. So who goes down? We've got a lot of veterans now in our bullpen. Shun Yamaguchi is probably the only one who can go down to the minors. Zach Eflin, Chad Green, Kyle Keller. Keller's making not very much money, at least. But we have very few guys who can actually be sent to the minors. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, even though he had a very solid outing, I'm going to DFA Zach Eflin. Hyunjin Ryu comes back. And since there's nowhere to really get him rehab assignments for another week, so we're just going to keep going here. All right, we're going to finish today. We're going to sim the game against the Orioles, and we win 7-3. Vladi Guerrero, 2 for 5 with 2 home runs. Luis Garcia, another 3 for 5 game. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5. Billy McKinney, another 3 for 5 game. Danny Jansen, his first home run of the year. Billy McKinney with a home run. And James Paxton didn't get the win, but he had 5 decent innings. That's what we want from him. And game 3 is a loss 4-1 against Baltimore. Offensively, that machine wasn't happening, but Luis Garcia with another 2 hits. He's hitting .533 on this young season. Anthony Kay, solid start, but took the loss. He gave up 3 runs in 6 innings, striking out 8. Kyle Keller gave up another run. Scott Oberg in his Blue Jay debut. And then the Jays take on the Boston Red Sox, winning 3-2. Garcia with 1 for 4. Vladi Guerrero 3 for 5. Kevin Biggio 2 for 4. He comes out of the game, but it's not an injury or anything. Sean Reed-Foley, a decent start as well. Scott Oberg with a decent outing, and Ken Giles his first save of the season. a loss to Boston, 6-9, 9-6. Luis Garcia comes out. Wade Davis was injured. He's gone for a week. Hyunjin Ryu, his first start of the season, not the worst thing I've seen from him. Wade Davis, Tim Meza gave up a bunch of runs, and Chad Green gave up a couple runs. Home run for Billy McKinney, that's his 4th of the season, and Kevin Smith coming in off the bench, playing third base, hit a home run in a pinch hit role. Billy McKinney also had 2 hits, and Yusniel Diaz with 3 hits, Kevin Biggio with a couple of his. We haven't seen Alejandro Kirk in the lineup. I'm a little bit curious about that. Every 6th game. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do every 3rd game. Alejandro Kirk needs to play. Okay. All right. And Wade Davis is injured. We have a couple of DFA'd. So both guys there have cleared waivers. Spencer Turnbull is going to Buffalo. Zach Eflin is going to Buffalo. And both have cleared waivers. All right. This is now game number 6. And it's a loss, 5-3. Just 9 hits. Just 9 hits. That's a lot of hits. Randall Grichik hit a home run, went 2 for 4, bring up his average to 0.83. Lourdes Gurriel also hit a home run. Randall Grichik and Luis Garcia with singles. Alejandro Kirk did play. He went 0 for 4. Nate Pearson struck out 10 in 4 2/3 innings, but gave up 3 runs on 2 home runs. Shun Yamaguchi gets into the game. Kyle Keller takes the loss. JD Martinez was ejected, and Vladi Guerrero was hit by a pitch. He's gone for a couple days. Good thing we have a day off after this one. The first game against the Yankees was a loss, 6-4, but we are without Guerrero. Guerrero's playing, but he struck out 3 times. Blurred vision is probably not a good thing to have as a hitter. One more day for that injury. Danny Jansen, 2 hits, so he's off to a great start, really, competing against Alejandro Kirk for that starting job. James Paxton struck out 10 with an okay start. We have an important message. Injury diagnosis. All right. We're going to play through the weekend, and then we have the day off today. Played through the weekend, and then that's going to be it for this sim. And we win against the Yankees, 9-2. Vladi Guerrero back at it after getting over his injury, feeling much better now. He had 3 hits going, 3 for 5 with 2 home runs. Yusniel Diaz, his first blast of the season. Danny Jansen, 1 for 3. Kevin Biggio, 2 for 3. JD Martinez had a hit. And on the mound, Anthony K, 7 scoreless innings. And Colton Eastman, another outing as our Rule 5 guy. He's getting some action in mop-up time. Sorry, we don't want to play this game. That would make this sim very, very long. So we're going to actually go... I don't know if cancel game is the right... Is there a back button? No. We'll cancel game. Okay. And we're just going to sim it normally. And it's a loss, 2-1. And the Blue Jays have Yusniel Diaz with a couple of hits, including 2 doubles. Luis Garcia with a couple of hits. Vladi Guerrero, a couple of hits. But that's about it. And Sean Reed-Foley, decent outing. 2 runs, but he takes the loss. And that's going to be it for today's sim. We're off to a good start, folks. 4-5 record in 9 games. It's a decent start. On base percentage, we're definitely doing well. Jonathan Lucroy's gone. Getting good attendance so far. And we're trying to reach the playoffs, and that's what's happening. Next game, we're going to have Hyunjin Ryu facing the Orioles. Hopefully, we'll be able to beat up on the Orioles a little bit more and pick up some wins. So that's all for today, folks. Have a great day. I am JayBlue at Jays From Away if you follow on Twitter, and you're watching the General Manager Games channel on YouTube.